$133 billion in Ethereum is locked away in staking. That's capital that's taken off of the market. It shows major confidence in Ethereum's future, and it's essentially a fortress of people or computers defending the network. And it's all thanks to its last massive upgrade. And keep in mind, there are even bigger updates on the way. I'm Brett at CryptoGX, and in this video, we'll talk about the upcoming updates of Ethereum, the features that they will include, and most importantly, how it will impact the price. If you're an investor, trader, or crypto developer, this video is for you. So what is an Ethereum upgrade? An Ethereum upgrade is a major update to the network software, which improves its speed, security, or other features. Think of it like software on your phone to make it secure, faster, and more reliable. These changes help keep Ethereum up to date with the competition that's out there and other networks. They also help it meet the demands of the expanding network. Now, let's take a quick journey through Ethereum's past upgrades. This is a very important thing to understand with, how Ethereum has gotten to the stage that it's at now. Since its launch in 2015, Ethereum has evolved through 21 major updates, and they all build upon each other, each one of them making the network stronger. It all started with Frontier, a bare bones platform to help developers to test smart contracts using proof of work. Now, I have a video on Ethereum that talks about proof of work, proof of stake, and all of that, so check out the channel. I'll put that video right up here if you want to check that out and find out more information about that, but we'll get into those things in a bit. By September of 2015, Frontier thawing boosted Ethereum's reliability, making transactions smoother. In 2016, Homestead marked Ethereum's shift to a stable, production-ready network with improved smart contract tools. In the same year, the DAO fork actually tackled a $50 million hack and restored trust by refunding stolen funds. Now, the DAO hack and the update really sparked a debate, and then this created Ethereum Classic. And this is a totally different topic that I may cover in another video, so make sure to subscribe to stay tuned for that. Now, beyond this, security got a boost with the Tangerine Whistle update. After that, in 2016, the Spurious Dragon update fixed some vulnerabilities and streamlined the blockchain. Byzantium in 2017 added privacy features and cut block rewards and really set the stage for scalability, which is incredibly important when it comes to having a network that can run lots and lots of transactions. Constantinople in 2019 optimized smart contracts, while later the Istanbul upgrade cut costs for layer 2 solutions, and this enhanced Ethereum's compatibility with other blockchains. The same upgrade also was the reason why we have projects like Polygon, Matic, Arbitrum, and Optimism. The Muir Glacier upgrade in 2020 kept mining really smooth by delaying technical hurdles. This was a major relief for the Ethereum miners on the proof of work nodes. And then after that, in 2021, Ethereum got two major upgrades. The Berlin upgrade introduced new transaction types, and then the London upgrade brought EIP-1559, which basically is to make fees predictable and burn Ethereum to reduce supply. And reducing supply is important because over time you want the supply of a coin to not be overinflated, like the US dollar, in fact, where they keep printing more and more, and then inflation happens and the value of the dollar goes down, blah, blah, blah. You guys can understand that pretty easily. Now, if you want the total number of Ethereum burn, you can find it on this site right here, and it is 5,320,221.8 Ethereum have been burned up until this point. Arrow Glacier and Gray Glacier in 2021 and 2022 basically ensured stability as Ethereum was preparing for its next biggest leap. And this was the most important and one of the most defining upgrades for Ethereum, which is called the merge. This was in September of 2022, and it switched Ethereum to a proof of stake instead of a proof of work, and it helped cut the energy use by 99.95%. It made Ethereum eco-friendly, finally. This update is really the reason why you can now stake Ethereum and earn passive income as one of the now 800,000 nodes on the network. And if you're not familiar, a node is a computer that's a validator, or basically it's helping to validate the transactions on the network, and that's why you get rewards. Now, the merge was the Paris update. We also had the Bellatrix update, which was right before the merge, and both of these finalized this big shift that Ethereum had. It really ensured a seamless transition. After that, we had the Shanghai Copella updates in 2023, which unlocked staked Ethereum. This freed up billions for investors. And then finally, we have the Dencun update, as you can see right here in 2024. This reduced layer 2 fees by up to 90% with proto-dank sharding. Not important, that's just what it's called. And thanks to this update, you can perform much cheaper transactions on these layer 2s. Now, the most recent upgrade is the Pectra upgrade. So far, each upgrade has made Ethereum faster, safer, and more efficient. But one major upgrade just went live, which is this Pectra upgrade, and we need to talk about what it is and really why it's so massive for Ethereum. So this went live on May 27th of 2025, and it's considered to be one of the most major updates since the merge when we had staking. This combines two major updates, Prague and Electra, to enhance the network's execution and consensus layers. And execution means processing of transactions, and consensus is kind of like the understanding of those transactions, like getting a consensus of where things are on that blockchain. So to get an understanding of this, picture Ethereum as a highway. Pectra widens the roads, it adds smarter toll booths and ensures smoother travel for everyone. So wider roads, more cars can travel through. Smarter toll booths, meaning, instead of going up and paying cash, you can just swipe your phone, aka you can go more quickly through these checks, and then it ensures smooth travel for everyone, meaning that there are less failing transactions and things are just going along and not abrupt issues. So this update includes 11 Ethereum improvement proposals, or EIPs, each designed to improve performance, security, and user experience. So let me share the three biggest changes with you. These are the most important things that you really should know, and it would be a shame if you didn't, honestly. So first, the Pectra update transforms your wallets with EIP-7702. Essentially, this means that your wallet can now function like a smart contract. You can pay gas fees with tokens other than Ethereum. You can also combine multiple transactions into one transaction. Also, losing your private keys has always been an issue for people. Sometimes they just write it down and then lose the piece of paper. It's been a major headache for crypto investors for the entire time that crypto has been around. But now it might be a little bit of a thing of the past, at least if you have, Ethereum and this new kind of wallet. You can set your trusted contacts and then they can help you to restore it. This is another video that we might go into detail on later, so make sure to subscribe for that. All in all, these features really simplify transactions and interactions within the DeFi space, apps, games, and payment platforms. Ethereum becomes easier to use when you're a trader or a Web3 developer as well. And as we know from the previous fork, the staking add-on is pretty important. So in the next section, Pectra really improves staking with EIP-7251. So previously, validators on the Ethereum network needed exactly 32 Ethereum to stake and often manage multiple nodes for larger amounts. A validator in a node is basically just terminology for somebody running staking. There was a minimum requirement of 32 Ethereum. Now with this update, one single node can handle up to 2,048 Ethereum. So people oftentimes would have multiple nodes with 32 Ethereum each, and now it can be up to 2,048 Ethereum. This is really helpful for large institutions and reduces complexity and the costs for running multiple Ethereum nodes and validators. Obviously, it doesn't reduce the requirement from 32. As you can see here, 32 is still the minimum, but if you're trying to own more validators and have more of a say on the network, then this is much, much simpler for you. Next up is EIP-7002. Next up is 7002 and 6110. These also are speeding up deposits and withdrawals. They're cutting delays from hours to minutes. Staking then becomes more accessible, and Ethereum's security is then much, much stronger. And the third important update here is that this update enhances scalability. These upgrades expand layer 2 solutions like rollups, which handle transactions off-chain to keep costs low. You'll enjoy cheaper, faster transactions with layer 2 fees potentially dropping significantly. Ethereum can now support millions of users without slowing down. So why does it really matter? This really matters because this update improves Ethereum's usability. It reduces costs and it boosts scalability to compete with other blockchains. For investors, lower fees and better features could increase demand, but also lift Ethereum's price. Now, developers are getting tools to create innovative decentralized applications, or dApps, and people that are staking benefit from simpler processes. Now, on the other hand, some people online, whether they're experts or not, are saying that 7702, that particular feature's complexity, might cause particular wallet issues. So keep your software updated because you don't want to be encountering those bugs. Definitely stay updated. So all of this together with this new update, Ethereum's now truly decentralized and it's a global platform, obviously. It delivers a much better experience for all the users, whether you trade on it product, whether you build apps or whether you're staking. But it doesn't really end here. Ethereum's planning for further development of other upgrades and things on the network in the future. So what are these things that they're planning? So let's talk about the upcoming upgrades to Ethereum. The first one is called the Surge upgrade. This is planning to deliver full dank sharding, which is a technique that splits data into smaller pieces, basically a lot more scaling on layer 2. So maybe more transactions flowing through on the layer 2s of Ethereum. This essentially means that Ethereum can handle more transactions without slowing down, which, as many of us know, has been a big problem for Ethereum for the longest time, and something that has been getting better and better, but it is perpetually a goal because there at the moment are much faster chains out there, and obviously Ethereum wants to continue to grow and get better. Next is the Verge upgrade. This is going to introduce something called Verkle trees for stateless clients. Essentially, that means it's going to reduce the storage that nodes need. The devices that are running the staking network, they're going to need less storage space. At this point, you'll have lighter, faster nodes that are supporting the network, which will help the technological and hardware usability for the network. Next up is the Purge upgrade. This is going to make the system more efficient. It's also going to help add developer tools to help them create more innovative applications. With all this in mind, Ethereum is continuously working to become the most efficient, the most reliable and secure, and really future-proof blockchain that powers Web3 and decentralized finance. An ultimate goal that Ethereum has is to achieve over 100,000 transactions per second at a minimal cost while keeping Ethereum accessible to everyone. For you as an investor or a trader or even a developer, all of these updates basically mean that there are currently and in the future lower fees, greater capacity, and tons of possibilities on Ethereum. It is currently heavily underpriced in my opinion, and it's definitely going to explode, as we've seen in many past bull cycles for the crypto space. Bitcoin goes first, Ethereum goes second, and then altcoins fly. And we've seen Ethereum come up a bit recently, being that it is now August 2025. Ethereum is starting to catch up, and I think the altcoins are starting to flow. We're seeing a bit of a pullback now, but honestly, Ethereum, in my mind, is ready for another explosion. If you're ready to ride this crypto bull run, this new wave that we've got, I put links in the description for Coinbase and Crypto.com, where you'll get at least $50 in crypto just for signing up with those links. And if you want to get into meme coins, I also left a link to MoonShot, where you can claim some free meme coins when you sign up. If you learned something new or just enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button and hit subscribe if you want to stay tuned for all things crypto. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.